Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You came back. In this week's video, what I have for you is another Chatty Do Your Nails With Me video. I went back into my Facebook group and answered the rest of the questions on my last post from my last Chatty video like forever ago and finished answering those questions. I also am doing my very first on-screen mani with Cascade Color Works colors, and I'm so excited to show you guys. I'm so excited. So if that is something that you're into seeing, go ahead and stick around and let's get into it. Okay. Hi, hello. I'm so nervous, you guys. I really am so nervous. Okay, so these are the colors I'm going to do for this mani. Look at the pretty packaging, y'all. Look at it. Okay. And these are the colors I'm going to use: Dragon Fruit, Crystalline, and Hibiscus. Do you say crystalline? Crystalline? I don't know. So this is CC02, CC03, and CC13. Just a little sneak peek here. Okay. So I think I'm gonna do Dragon Fruit and then Crystalline with like a vertical ombre on Hibiscus, because I just really love Hibiscus. It's like so bright and springy and fun, and I know it's not spring right now, okay? Get it. I understand that it's not, but a girl needs a little brightness in her life. Okay, so here are the liquids that I'm using. Virgo and Gems, of course. Okay, let's get started. So we're starting with base, and I'm gonna start with Dragon Fruit on my pinky. Look at that. It's like, okay, Dragon Fruit is like a pink. It's like a hot pink, but it's like an orangey hot pink. It's like a berry kind of hot pink. I don't know how to describe it. You'll see. Oh, I should turn my other light on so you can see better. Okay, so it's like a very berry hot pink kind of color. You'll see once it gets on my nails. It's really pretty. So we'll start with that. Okay. And I gave it a stir. I mean, if you don't stir your powders, you should stir your powders, shake them up, stir them. Sometimes I forget, but it's also just kind of trying to show you how the powder moved in the... This is the opposite hand as I usually do, so I'm kind of like, how do I do this? So excited to show you guys like the sneak peeks that are going to be coming over the next few days, weeks, what have yous. And this is Hibiscus. It's like orange. So fun. Look at that. That is like so spring, so fun together. Okay, so the question I have is, why do my nails lift near the cuticle as they grow out? I found some green color on my nail bed when I removed them. So the green color that you're seeing, that's a greenie. That's from moisture getting underneath your nails because they're lifting. I would have to know like your prep and all of that before I could tell you exactly why they're lifting. Unless I saw what you were doing, I don't know. The only thing I can make an assumption about is, there's still oils left on your nail bed from, you know, if you didn't wash with Dawn soap. Especially if you use like a cuticle remover and then you didn't wash, it could cause your nails to lift. Or you didn't get cuticle off of your nails. And I like cuticle remover, but I find that it's even easier to just use a cuticle pusher and a buffer block on your dry nails and just do kind of like a dry prep. Dry prep is probably my favorite. I only do like a real cuticle pushback with a cuticle pusher using cuticle remover. I only do like that kind of prep once a month, once every 6 weeks. Like, it's a while. Because I know I don't want to make my cuticles unhealthy by pushing them back too much, but I do know it's important to get the cuticle off of your nail bed. So personally, I buff my nail beds very lightly, with a very light buffer block, and just like right around my new growth. Like, I don't buff my whole nail, obviously, because I don't want to make them thin. And my nails are pretty thick. They're pretty thick. They're pretty healthy. So it works for me, but I know everybody is different. But yeah, that's why I'd say you get lifting is probably from prep. I mean, That's my nail. It's pretty strong. Not that they don't break, because they do. So yeah, that's what I would say for lifting. I know people have said some liquids lift more than others. I haven't really found liquids that lift more than others, but the other thing is I change my nails like once a week. So I'm not one of those people that goes 3 weeks with the same mani, because then you might get lifting more than somebody who changes their nails every week, if that makes sense. So there's my very long-winded answer to that. This is going to be so much fun. I know you soak off and are always saying about trying peel base. The problem is that I have with peel base, when I have a peel base on top of clear is that it makes my nails bulky. I hate the way they look like fake nails. How often do you soak off? Okay, so I totally know what you mean about doing a dip of clear and then doing peel base and then doing your dip. Like, it can make them look pretty bulky. So I've actually been experimenting with peel base just on my nail without clear underneath. I actually haven't found it to hurt my nail as much as I thought it was going to. But I will tell you, I've been very, very careful about making sure I get plenty of peel base on the tip of my finger. So, because I feel like that's where the most damage comes in. But the problem with that is that it tends to peel up pretty quickly because it's the tip of your finger. So, again, I haven't quite figured out peel base exactly yet. So I also know though that clear makes it more difficult to pop it off too. So I don't know. I'm not a very good peel base question answer because I just haven't figured this shit out yet. Okay, I just really haven't, and I'll use it for a very short time trying to figure it out, and then I'll like stop using it for a while because I just don't have time for that shit. Like, I really don't have time for my nails to be popping off in between manis most of the time. I just don't have time. And I haven't figured out, I know there are some people that are like, yeah, my peel base stays until I take it off. And I'm like, how? How do you do that? Because that doesn't work for me. But, yeah, that was a lot. And how often do I remove? I remove my dip powder once a week. And I use remover. I use the blue soak off stuff because I haven't run out of it yet before they change the formula. And I don't know what I'm going to do once I run out of that stuff, since they changed the formula now, though I do have a friend that still uses it with the new formula, and she said she doesn't have a problem. So I don't really know. I know it does not work for some people. So I don't know what I'm going to do. But I soak off once a week. To answer your question, once a week. Yes, that's whatever that. Okay, next question says, beer or wine? Well, Ashley, I do not discriminate. I like both beer and wine. Though I have to say, lately, I've been drinking more beer than wine, mostly because wine is so high in calories and sugar. And again, I'm not keto in any way right now. I put it on too thick, you guys. I'm not keto right now in any way, but I am trying to watch my calories and my sugar intake, even if I'm not keto. So I've been drinking a lot of Michelob Ultras just for that reason. But I really like beer. I also really like wine. I had a time in my life that I was like super into wine, but meh. Actually, me and Lauren decided to pretend like we were in high school again one night, and we shotgunned beers until 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was so much fun. But I did remember the next day that I am no longer 21. Too old for that shit. So yeah, next question. Favorite shop for decals? For decals, I really like water decals. I love Nashly because they have such a wide selection of decals, and they have a lot of like florally ones, and I'm super into the floral decals. So Nashly nails, I'll leave a link in the video, and they're so cheap. They're like $3 for an entire sheet, or $2. They're so cheap. I remember being like, damn, this shit's cheap. Of course, I don't remember exactly what price they were anymore because that was a while ago. And I don't use decals like super often, so I still have a bunch of them. Decals. I think some people call them decals. I don't know. Is that British? I don't know. But here's the problem with me. I'll start saying things ironically, like raccoon or chipotle. And then that's just how I say it from now on, because that's how my brain works. I start saying it ironically. I'm like, haha, it's so funny. And then that's just how I say it now. So there's that on that. In case you wanted to know, I talk funny, if you hadn't noticed. I really love these colors. One of the things I love about particularly these two colors, they're pretty easy to work with because they're a little bit like translucent, like they're not super, super, super pigmented, but that means that you can take your time, you can build a nice apex and get a nice smooth application and perfect cuticles. So it's great about these colors. Like, I'm not super into jellies, but I will say they're easier to work with, I find. I just don't like being able to see my nail completely through them. Leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone. Hopefully I didn't do that. I didn't do it too thick. That's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Okay. All-time top 10 favorite dips. That is a really hard question to answer. Because all of mine. But I have to say, if I step outside of my dips, I'll tell you the questions, or I'll tell you the colors that I've had to rebuy. I have rebought Betty, however the hell you want to say it, from Revel. I've rebought Eucalyptus from Revel. I have rebought Sage from Sparkle & Co. I've rebought Date Night from Sparkle & Co. Yeah, I just really like nudes. Like teas from Revel is probably one of my favorite colors too. Let me think. That's really an unfair question because like I have so many colors that I love. I also, for the most part, only use colors like once and then I move on. You know that purple mani I did not that long ago? I used like Resting Witch Face from Sparkle & Co., Jammy Time from Dipsters, and Enchanted from XOX. I loved that mani. That was probably one of my favorites. Purple is a very purple mani. Probably one of my favorite manis. So, I don't know. That's not really answering your question about top 10 dips, but it's along those lines, right? Right? Okay. I think we're done with these colors. I think we'll see how smooth they went on and if I need another dip. They're cute though. I love it. Very springy, summery. This might be a little bit of a summer mani, but I don't give a shit. I really like it. I've been like, since I saw these colors, I was like, oh, I want to put these together so bad. Okay. I feel like my lighting's not great. Like, I always feel like my lighting is not great. That's probably better now that I turned my overhead light on. I forgot it was off. I always feel like my lighting's not great, and then I get this onto my computer to edit, to upload, and it turns out fine. So, what is the most recent thing you've learned about... Okay. So, you're asking my most recent tip. So this is the most recent thing I've started doing, which maybe people have been doing this for a long time, but it's the most recent thing I've been doing. Underneath my glitters, I've been doing a layer of clear because it helps them to remove faster. So, and I usually only do 2 dips of glitter anyways, and I usually have a terrible apex underneath my glitters. So I've been kind of doing like a line and a dip. And then I will do like my whole nail and a dip just to kind of build my apex. My ring fingers tend to be pretty okay as far as apex go. So that is the most recent thing that I've been doing. I know it becomes more like just kind of out of habit as you've been dipping longer, because like I've also been dipping for like 4 years, almost 4 years, in between 3 or 4 years. So you kind of stop learning new tips and tricks, though there are little things you may learn along the way. And I do think putting some clear underneath my glitter has really helped. So there's my most recent tip. Okay, the next question says, what is my least favorite thing about doing my own nails? I think I don't have a lot of like, girl, wait till you see this like out in the sunlight when I get a good picture of it. It's so pretty. As far as least favorite, I don't really think that I have like really a least favorite thing. I think sometimes my least favorite thing about doing my own nails is just when you're like super hella lazy and you're like, I don't really feel like doing this right now. Can somebody just do it for me? You know what I mean? Like losing motivation to do it wouldn't be like a least favorite thing, but it'd be a thing that like happens sometimes. I think everybody experiences sometimes just the I don't want us. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So what do you eat on the road? Is there somewhere that when you stop you have to eat? So when Dawn and I first started driving, we used to stop at the steakhouse there in Amarillo, the one with the 72-ounce steak. What's it called? The Big Texas Steakhouse, some shit like that. We used to stop there all the time. And it was kind of like a, well, we're driving through Amarillo, we should stop there. Always lay into your glitters, by the way. It used to be like a, well, we're coming through here, so we should probably stop, and it's delicious, and they have the best fried pickles. Even when I was a vegetarian, we still used to stop there. But we've kind of stopped stopping there because, you know, it's been so long now that it's like, meh. But I will tell you, okay, so there is a truck stop at exit, I think it's 99 in Oregon. It's Seven Feathers. It's right across the street from the casino that's right there. We always stop at that truck stop, always, because they have the best sandwiches. They have a great deli case. They have so many options of like kombuchas and like sparkling waters. They have the best pastries ever. Such good pastries. And so every time we drive through there, it's like, well, we should stop. And they have like really good like salads and stuff, like not like salads like lettuce salads, but like salads like pasta salads and stuff. There's just fun stuff like that, just veggies, different kinds of veggie salad kind of things. So we always stop there. There's also a place we tend to stop once we're back in Washington, because when we're on the road, we try to like eat really healthy. We eat like the same thing every day and focus on just making good choices, because it can get really out of hand really fast if you just let yourself start eating whatever the heck. So we don't really let ourselves splurge much out on the road, but when we're on our way home, that's when that tends to happen. There's also a place in Washington at a truck stop that across the street, there's like a Indian food place and like a Mexican food place, and we always stop there and get pierogies and tacos, and it's delicious. And so that would be probably another place we stop quite frequently, but they're both like on the way home, so not out on the road. This color, you guys, is really, really pretty once it gets done. You just wait. Oops. Stuck my finger to my finger. Ooh, pretty. It's really pretty in the sun. Okay, so let's do... I left that open. Look, it's a good thing that's my glitter clear. God damn it. Put the lid on it. Okay, so somebody said, my current issues, I do my nails and some are smooth and some are shiny and some are not. So I file and buff them again, reply top coat, still not smooth. What do I do? I believe that a top coat that's not smooth and shiny is all about timing. Granted, there are some top coats out there that suck. That may be, I'm just going to file this side a little bit so that when I do my ombre, it like is more cohesive a little bit. I do find that some top coats are very, very finicky, but if you're using something like Triple Vitamin or Virgo and Gem, and you're still having an issue with some nails being shiny and some not, you're not doing the steps to top coat properly. It's very scientific. Not that I'm a scientist at all. But if you do it correctly and you follow the steps correctly, you'll have shiny nails every fucking time. So, what I do is I file and I buff, and when I'm done filing and buffing, I use a nail brush to get every single debris off. Sometimes I will wash. Sometimes if I feel like I just used my nail brush and got it all off of there really, really well, I might just go straight into my top coat. But then I put on the activator. I set a timer. I wait exactly 2 minutes. As soon as the 2 minutes is up, I wipe with a lint-free wipe. And then once I have the lint-free wipe, I do one pass of top coat as quickly as possible in three swipes or less. And then I go all the way through all my 5 nails. You just do one hand at a time. Go all the way through your 5 nails. Once you have all your 5 nails done with your first layer, you go back. You can do take a longer time to make sure your next layer is perfect and do a second coat. And then you let it dry for 2 or 3 minutes and it should be perfect. If it's not, you may not be putting enough top coat on, or you may be putting too much top coat on. I've kind of found, I don't really know how to describe the amount of top coat that I put on, but it's not a little, but it's not a blob. It's definitely a generous amount, but like also not enough to like flood your cuticles. I don't know if that helps at all. I really hope that helps. I do have a lot of in my videos, my Do Your Nails With Me or my first impressions. I do my top coat a lot, so you may be able to look and watch one of those videos too, just to get like an idea. But yeah, if you do top coat right, it will turn out shiny. Okay. Let's ombre this bad boy. Somebody asked if I've been approached by any followers. No, I haven't. First of all, I don't think that I have enough followers, maybe, at all, even a little bit. But also, I don't think y'all would recognize me just as a regular troll person, because I look like a troll person. You'd be like, oh, look at that homeless girl. She has pretty nails. Like, you wouldn't recognize me. Maybe you'd recognize my nails. I don't know if you saw me out in the wild. But, no, I have not been stopped by anyone out in the wild. In the wild. So the great thing about these kind of glitters too is if they're all sticking up, I mean, of course I try and pat them down so they like look prettier. But if they do happen to stick up, they're not gonna, like, you'll be able to file on them because they're like the plasticky kind. So you won't ruin your glitter, which is awesome, I think. Okay. Do you ever get a nail slump? I do get in a nail slump, to be totally honest. I get in nail slumps all the time. I think that's pretty regular to get into a nail slump. Sometimes I feel like my nails aren't good enough. I'm pretty sure y'all can tell when I get into a nail slump, because if you look at my Instagram, you'll be like, damn, those nails suck. And it's probably because I was, you know, not feeling it, but I still do them. I also get into like a nail mood sometimes. Like I'll be like, damn, I want to do my nails every day. So it comes and goes, you know. I think that's true for probably everybody. So the second time that I did this pass on my ombre, I only put it right on the side because I wanted to make sure it was nice and thick over there, since this is one of those like clear glitter kind of colors. I just want to make sure I get it real thick on the side here, so it looks kind of cohesive with his partner. Usually if I get into like a nail slump, I will just spend a lot of time on Pinterest or Instagram looking at other people's beautiful nails, and it'll get me in the mood. Or I'll take all my swatches and I'll just start looking at all of my pretty colors and making combos. And eventually I'll find a combo. This is a Dorada's clear, by the way. I will have a clear soon. It's just not ready yet. Okay. It's got to be perfect. So, oh, putting combos together will usually snap me right out of my slump because I'll find one that I want to do really, really bad. But yeah, looking on Pinterest or Instagram or even Facebook helps a lot too. So I always make sure when I'm doing my glitters, although these glitters you could probably buff on and it's not going to ruin anything, I always try to make sure my clear layer is hella thick. That way it protects all the glitters that may not be perfect. And because glitter nails tend to be like all kinds of wackadoo shaped, you can be able to shape better without losing. You see my hand twitching? Losing too many of your glitters or whatever. Filing tips. I did a filing video. Plus I have a lot of shaping videos, but I did one specifically on filing too. So that is, if I remember, I'll put a card in here. What UV LED lamp do you use? I will also use put a link in. I'll put a picture in of the lamp that I use, but I use Sun UV lamps. I have like a cheaper one that's like $34, and then I have like a more expensive $50 one. I love them both. I like the $50 one for like my feet and stuff because it has like a bottom part on it, while my cheaper one doesn't. But I feel like they both work really, really well. I don't know that one works better than the other, but Sun UV is my favorite brand to buy UV lamps from. Yes, and I'll put links to my Amazon to those lamps in the description as well. I know my thumb looks crazy. I don't worry about my thumb. Nobody sees your thumb, okay? It's funny too because my thumbs are usually my favorite nail too. So how do you chrome and why do the nails sometimes end up lumpy? Mainly glitters. I have a video on chroming. I will add a card if I remember. I have chroming video. Basically you just put top coat on, gel top coat, and then you rub the chrome into the gel top coat until it gets all shiny. Well, you want to cure the top coat first, obviously. Maybe that wasn't obvious. I don't know. Sorry. You want to cure it first, and then you rub the chrome into the top coat, and then you top coat over the chrome. So it's quite simple, actually. I have a video. It's not a very good video. For some reason, I needed to update my software at the time, so it kind of got a little glitchy in there, but I need to make a new chroming video. It's quite fun to chrome. So, and if it's bumpy when you're doing glitters, that's because you need to pat them down better. They're probably sticking up, and it needs to be patted down so that you can get a smooth surface. Also, it could be bumpy when you're doing your dip powder, just like regular dip powders, because it's not going on smoothly. You're putting too much or too little base on, or you're using a really you're using a cakey powder. Some powders are pretty cakey and they like clump up a lot easier. Or if you give your powder a stir and a shake, that would also help to keep it from getting lumpy and bumpy. Lumpy bumpy. I'm putting on activator now. I didn't say that. Sorry. My bad, my bad, my bad. I go thick with my activator. I know some people don't, but I like to. Okay, we're going to let that dry for just a minute. Oh, I forgot to answer the second part of Alicia's question about getting in a nail slump and what's my quick go-to mani. Like I don't feel like being creative mani is usually if I do one color here, 1, 2, and then all of these the same with no ombre. That's my I don't feel like it mani. Or the 2 nails, the 3 nails that are 2 colors. That's my also I just need to get this on really quick. I sometimes will do 1 color manis, but usually it'll be something without. If I'm not doing an ombre, it's because I'm trying to hurry and I don't feel like it today. So that's the answer to that question. So now you guys are gonna be able to call me on my Rachel is feeling lazy manis. All right, let's file. And this is the 100/180 grit file. I'm using the 100 side just around my cuticles just to smooth that out very carefully. I wanted to mention, when you use these files, if they're brand new, please be careful around your cuticles. I have nicked myself so many times because when they're new, they're kind of sharp on the edge, and I've just gone too hard too fast and I fucked it up. Do you guys like Grey's Anatomy? I've been like binging it with my mother and literally crying every episode. I don't know why we do this to ourselves because we know what that show does. We still do it. So look, I always talk smack about my thumbs, but then they turn out pretty okay. Like that's pretty, it's all right, right? I think. Okay, and then I'm going to switch to my 240 400 grit file. I'm going to use the 240 side, and I'm just going to buff the top of my nails. Okay, now I'm just going to use my buffer block real quick just to make sure I get one last fine little buff over them, although I don't know that they necessarily need it. I'm just going to do it anyways just to be sure. Okay, so you could go wash at this point, but I'm just going to use my nail brush just to make sure I get all the debris off my nails. And we're going to do top coat. Okay. So we're going to put on activator generously on each nail. You don't have to do a second pass. I don't know why I'm doing that. Anyway. And then 2 minutes. Okay, take your lint-free wipe and wipe every nail all the way around, even at your cuticles, all of it. If you don't have lint-free wipes, you can use coffee filters for lint-free wipes. So, just that, and then you take your top coat. And like I said earlier, I'm going to try and do it in like 3 wipes. Like I always do 1 down the middle, 1 on one side, 1 on the other side. Wipe it off, put it back in the bottle. I get a pretty generous amount. I usually wipe one side of my brush off on the bottle, but as you can see, there's still plenty on there. Do one side, or right down the middle, then one side, then the other side. If you miss a spot, girl, it's fine. Back in the bottle. That one had a little less on it, I think, than like usually I would do. I don't want to leave it out of the bottle for too long because it's top coat and it's made to dry quickly. So you want to make sure you get it back into your bottle fairly quickly and get it wet again, or else it will start to harden your brush. Listen, I'm having a hard time today, okay? Shit. I think he's got stuff on it. It's 1 wipe for the pinky because it's small. See how it's starting to get like wavy? That's how you know it's ready for your second pass. You take a little more time. Make sure you get it nice and smooth on your last pass. I don't wipe it off again. Again, like, that's how much top coat is on my brush. It's a lot, right? But not, with Virgo and Gem, you're not going to flood your cuticle because it's a little bit thicker. But it's like thick enough that you can like move it around and get like a really nice layer of top coat. And I think some people might be putting it on too thin. And for some brands, that is what you want to do. Like the Kiara Sky, I think would have worked better if I would have used thinner layers of top coat. Because it kind of rippled on me. Like wrinkled, like, I don't know, it just was weird. But like Virgo and Gem works really good with a thicker layer. God damn you, pinky. I may have to buff off my pinky. Because there's a spot on it and my fucking OCD is not going to let me keep that on there. So I'm going to buff that off and redo it. You see that? Dang spot right in the middle there. Ugh! It's because there was a little hardened piece in my top coat that got onto my finger and I didn't see it when I did my first pass. But I can't leave that there. It's going to freak me out. So I'm going to buff that off and redo it after it dries. But that is that. I will get a picture and I will be back. So what did you guys think of this video? Did you like this video? I really hope that you very, very much liked this video. I hope you like the colors. I hope you guys are excited for Cascade Color Works. I'm so excited, and if you are excited, please let me know. Make sure if you want to see more sneak peeks and more colors that will be coming to you very, very soon, you are following not only my Instagram, but Cascade Color Works Instagram. There'll be links to everything down below. My Facebook, my Instagrams, my Amazon shopping list, like everything is down below if you need to find me in any of the places. Yeah, I'm super excited for you guys to see more of these colors. I hope that you love them. Lauren and I have poured our blood, sweat, and tears, not literally, into these colors. So I really hope that you love them. And of course, there are things that we want to be coming out with soon, and we had to keep it very limited. So to 35 colors, which I don't feel like is very limited, but some people might feel like that's limited. I don't know. But there is more things coming, so don't worry. Don't worry, I got you. Don't you worry, okay? If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you have a comment or a question or anything you'd like to know, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. And yeah, that is all I have for you this week, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week, okay? Bye! Does your hair, like, not keep a curl when it's, like, super clean? Because my hair, like, I swear it was, like, really curled. And I, like, even sprayed it with, like, the best hairspray ever, by the way. I love this stuff because it's, like, it doesn't feel like you have hairspray in. Like, you can still, like, run your fingers through your hair and it, like, feels soft and stuff. And it, like, brushes out really well, too, but it still, like, works. And it's a heat protectant. Look at that. Look at that. It's a heat protectant. I didn't even know. I used to just use the, like, big sexy hair stuff, which also works, or just, like, the Insta-Freeze, because that stuff instantly freezes your hair, but then you, like, it feels, like, crunchy. You know what I mean? I don't like crunchy hair. Speaking of hair, look how badly I need to get my hair dyed. Do you guys, can you see that, like, line from when I accidentally dyed it permanent color? I'm thinking about going blonde. Do you ever just, like, put, like, your drink into a wine glass, even though it's not wine? Be judgy. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This is fine. It's fine. It's fine. Y'all know I've been working with Lauren a lot, and she is originally from Texas, so she likes to listen to country music, and I actually like country music too. I mean, I like all music, but I've been, like, and I haven't been into it my whole life, but I've been, like, listening to it, and I'm like, I'm actually into this shit. All they sing about is loving your wife, drinking beers, your dog, and your truck. That's it. It's just wife, dog, truck, beer. Thunder, lightning. Oh. Like, for real, I didn't want to drink that anyways, right? So, no harm, no foul. I spilled my whole fucking drink. Oh, that was very rude. Anyway, I do want to talk about lip stuff. So, today I just, like, kept it simple because I feel like I really like my eyeshadow. So, for lips, I just used, again, my Wet n Wild gel liner in Laying Down the Mobs and my Lippy Lingerie from Tarte because it's just, like, lipstick, but this is, like, the lighter color. This is Exposed, which I feel like is just, like, a super nude, like, regular color. Everyday color. Yeah? I literally burnt the fuck out of my thumb curling my hair. For you guys. I was curling my hair for you guys. Burnt myself. You're welcome. Water. Booze. Water. Booze. Water. Booze. You know, back and forth. Like, never get a buzz. Just really pee all the time. Just pee. Constantly peeing. Just constantly peeing. Peeing. Because I care about my liver, you know? Anyway. See you soon. I bet you guys are, like, hella fucking confused because I'm just, like, putting out videos. Okay, see you soon. Bye!